time where a humorous speech is something that helps all of us, because I'm trying to start a new skill, explore a new skill, and that too with humor. Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and the humorist in making, Toastmaster Ratan. You had a topic that talked about being meek and mild, and you also had a rabbit and 3 dogs that were chasing it to elaborate your story. Now, going by the guidelines of your project that required the audience to make them laugh, obviously the audience were entertained. There was places where they could relate to the plight of the rabbit with the instances that happens to you when your bosses chase you or your management professor chase you. So that was wonderfully done. I'm going to evaluate the aspects of your project and your presentation in the in terms of the content as well as the delivery. Now, the content of the speech had the analogy, as well as it had an analogy with your own real life. So that was wonderfully done. You also had the characters and you had given them names. And that's where you use the twisted definitions when you call the bunny as Bunny and then Ramu as Ramana. So that was a way where you could relate it to the audience. You also had something as the humorous technique that's called the understatement. The fastest that I can run is merely 1/4. So here, as we'll come to it in terms when I'm covering the delivery aspect, you have the understatement to bring out the humor. Now, you also had the analogy that I had called out earlier, where you were being chased by your managers and your supervisors, as well as your teacher. Now, if I were in your place, I would ask you to explore, or I would try some more techniques to bring out the humor in this project. Now, with all due respect, I am not a humorist myself. I feel scared, and with looking at you, I feel that even I can try this out. Now, there are some aspects which calls for exaggeration. Consider this. The place where you talked about had the setup for the story, where you went out for a run, then saw the rabbit, and then the dogs chasing them. I felt that it was a little bit too long to set up the narrative or the setup for the plot. You could have as well said you went out for a jog and something white scurried across. And then you stopped to think what it was, and you saw dogs chasing it. So that's the setup done. And then it got you thinking. So that's the content part where you can employ making change to your presentation in a way so that instead of the audience trying to follow the narrative, they get on with what the humor aspect is. Second, I felt that in your presentation you transferred from a jog to a walk at one point, and then Tommy became Mahesh. So probably there were 1 dog too many in your story. So probably going by the abstinence, having one of the dogs in the leash in your story with maximum of 3 characters would make the ploy easy to follow, as well as allow you to bring in more humorous aspect. To summarize, a little bit of exaggeration complemented with the understatement that you have will make your meek and mild story more enjoyable. All the best to you in your advanced journey, and to you, Mr. General Manager.